Welcome back to the Morning Blend. No matter what your political beliefs are, today we've got advice for giving you peace of mind before and after the election. Al Spiegel is a partner at Mclario, Helm, Bertling and Spiegel. He is here with more on protecting yourself during these very turbulent times. Hey, Al.
Hey, good morning, Molly. What a beautiful fall day.
Hey, I was just going to say, usually you're in an office with all your legal books and stuff behind you. I love seeing you outside at a park.
Yeah, I read them all, so I thought I'd go outside and enjoy the weather a little bit.
Oh, you're funny too. I like that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this because I think it's wonderful that you're talking about protecting ourselves during these turbulent times because people are nervous. People are feeling uncertain right now.
Yeah, they certainly are, and we really got to just try to remember what's important and remember what we can control. That's the name of the game right now.
For sure. And Al, I wonder what your advice is. Do you think it's better for people to wait until after the election is done to review their affairs?
I really don't, and the reason is I think that, we have an election, and then a couple of months later, the people that are newly elected or re-elected take office officially, and then as the months go by after that, they start to implement whatever their policies are. So it makes a lot more sense for us to get together right now with our professionals, our financial advisors, our lawyers, talk about things and make plans that are going to be flexible if there are changes in the laws or the stock market or the economy or anything else like that.
I like what you're talking about related to plans, and I wonder what areas of our lives in particular you think politics and this election will affect us the most.
Well, the first area that comes to mind is taxes. When you have two different parties running for office, they have different theories on how the tax code should look. And we want to make plans that are going to allow us to have some flexibility to operate within those tax codes. And then the other one is the financial side, financial planning, how the economy is going to work, how the stock market's going to go, what's going to happen with interest rates. We don't know all those things, but again, we want to have a plan that's going to allow us to make those decisions as changes happen.
So you mentioned plans. You talked about taxes, for example, and then also our investments as it relates to the stock market. Could you give me an example of the type of plan that you're talking about that we might be able to put in place that's going to make us feel more confident and more secure?
Yeah, absolutely. A good example of it is something a lot of people rely on called the revocable trust. What happens is if you go through your life and don't make an estate plan for your incapacity or for your death, then you're relying on whatever the current law is and whatever the current policies are from the government to determine what's going to happen if something happens to you. On the other hand, if you sit down with your professionals now and you make a trust and you lay it all out how things are going to go and you put the people in charge who can make the decisions they need to make, you're going to take control of that situation instead of trusting that the government's going to do it in the way that you want and it's going to appoint the people that you want to manage it for you.
A lot of people are into charitable giving. Many people want to do it around the holidays, which is also about the time of the election or before the end of the year. Should we be thinking any differently about that with an election right around the corner?
I think we should. I guess I'm a little biased towards charitable giving. I think it's something we don't think about enough. I think a lot of people kind of go through and put together their estate plan if they have one and don't include charitable giving. And what I encourage my clients to do, as much as they can and as much as financially possible for them, is do their giving now. Do your giving while you have the ability to have the satisfaction of benefiting organizations or individuals, watching a grandchild go to college, seeing an organization do something with your money that's satisfying to you. So yeah, I think we should be thinking about it differently, if for no other reason than to encourage us to get out and give while we can enjoy it.
I like what you just suggested too, because there's the personal side of it, for example, helping your grandchildren go to college, but then there's also the more public part of that, which is helping charitable organizations who help perhaps people that you've never met before. So it's such a nice balanced view. And I think what you're saying, the bottom line here is that people are feeling stressed, people are feeling anxious about the future, both in terms of their health as well as this election as it relates to their finances and the status of our country. So I just wonder in closing if you have any advice for people who are feeling so anxious right now.
Yeah, I do. I mean, Jesus once said, who by worrying is going to add an hour to their life? And I think that's a great way to think about it. We need to plan for the things that we can plan for, and then there's no point in worrying about the rest, because things are going to happen that are going to be out of our control, and we need to focus on not only what's under our control, but what's really important. I have the privilege of seeing a lot of people in their last days and making final plans for them, and not one of them has ever mentioned the tax code. So enjoy the things that are important to you and try not to worry about the rest.
Such good advice, Al. You're a true pro. Appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah, nice talking to you, Molly.
You too. Enjoy that park. It looks like a beautiful day out there. And you can call Mclario for your free initial consultation. You can reach them at 262-251-4210 or visit them online at mclario.com. You can schedule your virtual meeting there as well. They're meeting with people that way, so everyone stays safe.